We're back, and we are joined by phone by an outstanding Spanish parliamentarian by the name of Victor Gonzalez. He has the distinction of being the chairman, or as they call it in the Spanish parliament, the speaker of the Foreign Affairs Committee of his country's legislature. He's taken, of course, as one would expect, a keen interest not only in Spain's domestic interests and politics, but also his country's relationship with others in Europe. But he's also passionate about Latin America and the cause of freedom there, which is now, alas, much in jeopardy. We're speaking with him on against the backdrop, I should say, of the Summit of the Americas taking place in Los Angeles this week, and it's a great honor to have him with us. Victor Gonzalez, welcome to Securing America, sir.
Hello, Frank. Really grateful to be able to talk with you once again.
Well, the pleasure's mine, and I just wanted to get perhaps a little bit of background from you as to both how you became deeply knowledgeable about Latin America and sort of your overall assessment of what is happening in the continent south of our border at the moment.
I am one of the vice chairmen of Vox, which is the third largest political force in Spain. This is a new political party that started in 2014 and from nothing. Basically, we defend the values and the virtues that we believe are the stronghold of our civilization. I mean, the Western world civilization. The main reason why this political party was initiated by myself and other people is because the traditional conservatives, which will be the Republicans in the U.S., somehow did stop fighting some battles like the defense of life, frontiers, and so on. We were really worried trying to understand where the world was. Okay. So what happened is that in Europe, basically in Spain, we found out we have to carry the fight to the other side of the Atlantic, to America, specifically to Central and Southern America, because in Spain, the government of Spain nowadays is a coalition of the socialists and the communists. These communists were the guys that did support Maduro, with strong ties with the Cuban regime, with Nicaragua. These people were the guys who wrote those new constitutions in all those countries, and they have been financed by the Cuban, by the Venezuelans, and we found out they have been also financed by the Iranians. So you cannot win a battle only fighting in one battlefront. No, you need to cover it all. So we decided to go to the other side and look for millions of people that think the way we do, and that's why I have last year more than 17 trips to the other side of the Atlantic. Wow. I just got back last week from participating as an observer in the Colombian elections, and that's the reason. No, in order to fight the 21st century communists or Marxisms that has been spreading through all America and even in Europe. No, you have these guys. Sanders was once a member of the founding member of the Foro de Sao Paulo. Foro de Sao Paulo was built by Lula and Fidel Castro when the wall fell apart in 1999. And so they have like 30 years advantage acquiring media, taking place in controlling universities. So freedom of speech is at risk. And if I have to summarize all in one, freedom is at risk nowadays. And our duty, as we are living this time, is to fight, as our elders did, fighting for freedom and for the roots and the beliefs I got from my parents, and I want those beliefs to be transferred to my kids.
This is very heartening, needless to say, that you both perceive this threat as we do and are engaged as actively as you are, Victor Gonzalez. Let me ask you, I want to come back to this forum of Sao Paulo, maybe after a short break, but most immediately, your assessment of what happened in the Colombian elections. These elections, of course, came on the heels of elections in Peru last summer and in Chile last
Yeah.
fall, both of which resulted in communists coming to power. A communist in Colombia has received the most votes in the first round. There's a runoff coming up, I guess, on the 19th of June. Give us your assessment of what's happening in Colombia, a key ally of this country, and I think of the West more generally in South America.
Yeah, I remember that Colombia is the only South American nation that has a privileged association with NATO. So that's give you how important it is for everyone.
Yes.
What has happened is that Petro, which is the candidate of the Foro de Sao Paulo, a former member of the terrorist group, communist with close friend of the Castro family, of Chavez, Maduro, on all these communist guys, as you mentioned, got the best results on the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, in the second round, he will not gain power, but it might happen. It might happen. We are really worried because what we are seeing is that all these new communist leaders that are taking over the region, they have access to a huge amount of funds that their adversaries are not cannot manage to compete with them. That's what I show. What happened in Peru, in Chile,
right.
It did happen in Bolivia, in Honduras, in all these election processes I have been involved to. And they also control the media. It's quite specifically social media, supported by the Venezuelan people, by the Russians and the Chinese.
And I want to come back to that with you in just a moment. We have to take a very short break. Parliamentarian Victor Gonzalez of Spain is with us, talking about, the Summit of the Americas and the topics of conversation that should be on the table there right after this.
Real America's Voice presents Water Cooler with David Brody.
If you're going to look into January 6th, I mean, there's a broader issue here, too, about some violence going on.
Don't miss Water Cooler, weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern.